Hello people, my name is Dan Goatee, according to my web sources anyways. Today I would like to read to you once again from my book, Ante Up, The High Stakes Game of Life. And for those of you who have my book and wish to read along, I am going to start in Chapter 2, page 25, softback copy. Logics can be taught. Faith must be questioned unceasingly. I will say that in order to have logics, one must have a form of faith, not a form of faith that requires one to blindly accept books that we call true that are based on none. This is not a form of faith, nor is it a form of truth. It is a form of gullibility. There is a difference. Gullibility is accepting answers of ignorance to questions of ignorance, all to retain an old way of life that forces us to stay stuck in the ignorance of yesterday. I have pulled from these books of ignorance what little knowledge they did have, for I have searched these books for answers to my questions, and I have found a few. I did not search these books for answers to my ignorance. I seek no answers for what cannot be questioned. In searching these books for answers to my questions, I have come to agree that there are some good concepts in these books. I use these books for they do exist, and that is a fact that we cannot get rid of. Though most will agree that the majority of these books are either immoral or just totally illogical, I say it is time to pull from these books the 10% good and move on. This is what I have done for me and my house. I pulled from the concepts of these books and set up a house that has become free of their unique debauchery. In order to do this, you still need to hold on to a form of faith. That form which is discussed in this book. It is that faith that I have built my logics on. That does not mean that one must believe in a higher power. Not on the form of faith that I have set up in my house. Though you are not required to have such, does not mean that you cannot. Just as I suggest that we understand that it is about time that we move on from yesterday, that we all must conform to a mold that has been set before us. A mold of restrictions, and call it religions. Religions that do nothing more than repeatedly profess their own end. While they endlessly acknowledge their own demise, they attempt to form an eternal existence. While their end is finally here, and I am too. I come at your imaginative end so that I can bring to existence my virtual beginning. All this is done while you dream of a better world in which you wish to exist. Well, I suggest that if you do not like where it is that you are, then you pick up and move. If you cannot get far enough away, then you find a shorter distance to where it is that you want to be. I am told 6 feet will take you from here to eternity. Maybe you should try the short trip. Take that as you will, people, and understand that it is time for the past to die and the future to live. And we cannot do that as long as we are holding on to our old age and our religion and everything like that. So if you so desire to, go out and start your own form of respect as I have did. But before you do, remember, go deep before you cast your nets.